You're all well in whatever part of the world you're watching this video. Um, at the moment, I don't have access to a good computer. Sorry about that. I'm using an Apple one at the moment, which is actually a good computer. Funny enough. Um, I don't know what's going on with my site. I don't seem to be able to record anything on it. I'm going to give this video a go. I don't know how to access other shows at the moment, other pages and everything at the moment. When I do, I'll put extra stuff on the video to show you. But I thought it was important to make this video because there seems to be a lot of stuff going on at the moment that people just need to take a breather, take a deep breath, step back, and have a real good think about what you think is wrong. And by that I mean there's a lot of people at the moment that seem to be want to take people away from what's actually happening out there. And what is actually happening out there is that we are going through what can only be described as a massive financial crisis. And the governments of the world are hell-bent on not letting you realise that. What proof do I have? I always said that if you ever saw the leaders of the world governments come together in New York or whatever, for any reason in the next couple of months or this year, to be precise, then you know that something was up. And what happened? They all met up in New York to talk about the most important subject at the moment, refugees. Come on, give me a break. Seriously, that's the best we can do? Refugees? When we're sitting talking about massive financial calamity coming? Look, behind closed doors, there would have been discussions, arguments, and everything else about, the way this is all going, because it is going downhill quick. And I'm hoping that you guys are actually focusing on the real issue, which is the fact that it's going downhill real quick. Otherwise, what's the point in watching this show? Deceptions. Okay, so you got to. I was saying to someone the other day that if you actually want to rob a bank, what do? Well, you learn how to be a bank robber. If you want to be a car thief, what do you want to do? Well, go and learn how to be a car thief. It's very simple, folks. So if you want to start wondering what's going on, then start thinking like the world governments at the moment as fraudsters, deception players, elite deception, managing people's brains, massaging people's thoughts, all this sort of stuff. So have a look at what's going on at the moment. Syria. I'll talk about Syria a bit in a minute, but it's important. In America, in the last week, you've had pipe bombs that didn't go off, that did go off, but didn't go off, placed in New Jersey and everywhere else, and they arrested some poor, refugee bloke. He probably doesn't even know what's going on. The pipeline in Alabama has been cut. Oh, sorry, it burst inexplicably, which is, a totally, you have to look beyond all this, folks. Unfortunately, America's going to cop the brunt of what's coming because of the fact that, it's a reserve currency. And that's not to say no one else is going to suffer. Everyone else is going to suffer. But you need to pay attention to the fact that they're trying to draw your attention away from the fact that we are having a massive financial calamity. They're going to crash the market. It's going to happen. On the 27th of this month, China takes full possession or some possession of the SDR. Now, it's a percentage possession type scenario with 6 other countries. So they very well might turn around to the US and say, well, you have to take a 10% cut of the SDR. Now, what that means to America is potentially trillions of dollars automatically coming back to the US. Now, if that actually happens, because America's got 40% of the SDR, now if that actually happens, America's money balance, tips over the edge. And it's trillions that have to be taken back into the economy straight away. Not later or anything else, it's straight away. Now, everyone needs to understand that we're on the precipice at the moment, and everybody's been saying this for a while. But if you take notice of financial markets and everything else, you realise that these guys have actually gone way above and beyond what is required of sensible, realistic people to try and do what they're to try and stop this happening. You've only got to look around the world, folks. Japan's got negative interest rates, and today came out on today is the 22nd of July, has come out and said that they are going to print extra money on top of their money that they're already given to everyone. Plus, they're buying their own bonds, and they're buying the corporate bonds. Now, if I'll put it to you this way, if I was a business and I said to my suppliers, well, guys, listen, you don't have to worry about paying me money. I'll buy this stuff from you, and I'll keep it in debt for you guys at a later, whenever. What do you think would happen? The whole world would collapse. This is what's going on at the moment. America and China, and now Japan and US and the UK are all buying their own debt because no one's buying it, and they're all printing money to buy their own debt. It's crazy world we're living in at the moment, folks. I honestly don't even know what more to say about that. You need to wake up and you need to make sure that you've got stuff, provisions, stored away at the moment, right now. Because you're going to wake up one morning and it's all going to be over. And you're not going to have anything if you haven't prepared. Okay? I'll leave that bit on that. Let's go and talk about Syria. Okay. So, sadly, the American people aren't going to like this, but the Americans started the whole thing anyway because they wanted to get rid of Bashar al-Assad for some reason. Maybe he had gold, oil, or whatever, I don't know. But look, the poor Syrian people have been put through hell because the Americans wanted to kick him out. So the whole country's gone to shit, basically. Now, why does that affect everyone at the moment? Well, America and Russia came to an agreement that there was going to be a ceasefire. Great. Well, that lasted a week, and then all of a sudden, someone decided to kill 68 Syrian, or 72, or there's unconfirmed reports that it's 72 and plus, Syrian army people, and also some Russians. By the way, it was the Americans and sadly the Australians who did it. Now, the Russians were furious, of course. So then they said, okay, no fly zones. And then America said, okay, we're fine with that. Sorry about that. We didn't mean to bomb your army or your civilians. And then the very next 2 days later, somebody, they're not sure who yet, bombed the crap out of the Red Cross convoy. So the world at the moment is like, children, going like this. Not because of Nibiru either. So we are going to go to war. America is going to go to war with someone. And sadly, if they can't drag the Russians into a war, they're going to start one. They have to start a war to stop everyone thinking about the financial crisis that's coming. Now, if they don't start a war with someone, Russia, China, Japan, whoever, Turkey, they don't care. They'll just start a war with anyone at the moment. These people are sociopaths. They're loony. And they won't give up power. So they're going to have to do something. Now, the only other people they can actually fight is, guess who? If they can't fight any of the other countries. Themselves. So, race wars in America, it's not my political scene, the American scene, but I've got family in America. And I'm telling them to get the hell out of America. So, my biggest guess is if Russia doesn't bite with this latest thing that's happened, which someone's found out today that it was actually a ground attack that hit the convoy. Not the Russians, not the Syrians, not the Turks. Well, who did the ground attack? Well, you only have to go to Turkey, really, don't you? Well, that would open up a real can of worms. So, as I said, be warned. And if you're in America, there's a high chance that they're going to start a war in America. They have to start a war with someone. Not just no one, they have to start a war. So everyone needs to pay attention to the fact that that's going to happen. So get prepared. It's as simple as that. Right, the asteroid. Folks, there is no asteroid. Like I said to you, read Plan A, B, and C of the Disinformation Act of the governments. There is no asteroid. It was a con job. Strop and I looked into it for about a week, and we couldn't find anywhere where this information came from. Now, surely, if there was an asteroid coming to kill everyone on Earth or whatever, there would be more than just one hearsay person in Kuwait, wouldn't there? Even a dyed in the bone bloody government nut job would have to succeed, tell someone. Like, he wouldn't just bloody wait for the hit to Earth, would he? Or would they? Surely not. It's crazy to say this. So there is no asteroid, folks. So it's another Disinformation Act on top of all the other Disinformation Acts to get you going, to drag your mind, your eyes and your mind that way when you should be looking that way, dead ahead. They're dragging you this way, that way, and everything. What you need to start doing is every time this stuff comes up is to actually go, what do they not want me to see today? That should be the motto. What are they trying to hide? That's a better motto. What are they trying to hide? Well, one of them could be a bloody great big planet that's flying our way. The information, I'm getting sent loads of emails and everything from everyone at the moment. Love it, guys. Thanks for the support. I am battling on. I am still alive and I am here. I'm not a glitch. I'm not Hillary Clinton. I am here. So thanks for the emails and the support. It's been much appreciated. But listen, it worries me deeply that people seem to be flying off tap. Straight ahead, folks. Go straight ahead. Keep to the plan. Don't break the plan. The plan is save humanity, save people, save us, save me, save you, save the dogs and the cats. You know what I mean? It's not about looking that way and that way. It's about looking forward, going forward and saving yourselves and having a community after this event is finished. Right, so I'll leave it there and come up to 15 minutes. So I've rambled on enough. But remember, they are going to crash the system. There's no two ways about it. They are going to crash the system. If you can't get people to listen to you, do what I do, and I tell everybody this, stock up for the people that you care for the most. Even if they don't listen to you, stock up for them. Because they will listen to you one day soon. It'll be too late, but, they'll get the point. And then you can, obviously either do two things. Refuse them or accept them and then gloat. Told you so. Right, folks. To everyone out there in New Zealand and Australia, 3 Sundays ago, I can't remember the date, I think it was the 9th or something like that, of September, we went over the $6 trillion mark for debt in Australia. 6 trillion. Let that sink in for a bit. 6 trillion. Kiwis are up to about 115 billion. So, as I said to you, they're going to crash the system. It's going to crash. You're going to end up with no supply chain at all. It's all going to go. Sorry to sound like Mr. Doom and Gloom, but remember there is a light at the end of the tunnel. The light at the end of the tunnel is common sense. Who cares if you're a doomsayer or whatever with your friends and family and that? And what does it matter? Strop and I talk about this all the time. Isn't it common sense to have stuff stored away and prepared? So what's the big deal? Why does everyone think it's so bad? We've become fat, lazy and complacent as human beings in this age. I'll say that again. We've become fat, lazy and complacent as human beings in this age. Some of us have, you know what I mean? Because we always think that everything's going to be there for us tomorrow and today. So, sorry about all the wobbling in this video and everything else because it's on my knees and I've got the dogs on me and everything else, but I just wanted to do this video. I'll learn how to do the charts and everything else because, Australia and New Zealand are suffering massive earthquakes at the moment. If you're not paying attention, get on the geo websites and the other websites that everyone uses, because there is something really, really wrong. Really wrong. So don't not pay attention, but pay attention forward at the moment, folks. Financial. Don't look up. Don't look sideways. Look forward at what's happening on the financial side of things. The sky's not going to fall in tomorrow, but the financial side might. Something to think about. Common sense, like I said. Use your common sense, folks, please. Okay, I'll leave it there. God bless to you all. Sorry, got one thing. I haven't got the Lord's Prayer up, but I'll say what I remember anyway, folks. I don't really know the King James Version. It shows how bad I am, doesn't it? So let's say it. Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth, or in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, as we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. God bless you all. G'day everyone, Prep Aussie here. I hope you're all well in whatever part of the world you're watching this video. At the moment, I don't have access to a good computer. Sorry about that. I'm using an Apple one at the moment, which is actually a good computer. Funny enough. I don't know what's going on with my site. I don't seem to be able to record anything on it. I'm going to give this video a go. I don't know how to access other shows at the moment, other pages and everything at the moment. When I do, I'll put extra stuff on the video to show you. But I thought it was important to make this video because there seems to be a lot of stuff going on at the moment that people just need to take a breather, take a deep breath, step back, and have a real good think about what you think is wrong. And by that I mean there's a lot of people at the moment that seem to want to take people away from what's actually happening out there. And what is actually happening out there is that we are going through a what can only be described as a massive financial crisis. And the governments of the world are hell-bent on not letting you realise that. What proof do I have? I always said that if you ever saw the leaders of the world governments come together in New York or whatever, for any reason in the next couple of months or this year, to be precise, then you know that something was up. And what happened? They all met up in New York to talk about the most important subject at the moment, refugees. Come on, give me a break. Seriously, that's the best we can do? Refugees? When we're sitting talking about massive financial calamity coming? Look, behind closed doors, there would have been discussions, arguments, and everything else about, the way this is all going. Because it is going downhill quick. And I'm hoping that you guys are actually focusing on the real issue, which is the fact that it's going downhill real quick. Otherwise, what's the point in watching this show? Deceptions. Okay, so I was saying to someone the other day,